Beating the game is a piece of cake with the hints. Expect to win only with major cheating. Really hard to beat without the codes. Hard to beat even with codes. You've got to cheat to win.
And on occasion, if he doesn't decide to skip the entire game he's reviewing, he'll just use demo footage from the boot up screen because he can't play Spot Goes Hollywood or give some hints like
To succeed in this video, you must avoid the boss effectively and kill him many times.
Gee, thanks! I didn't realize I was supposed to hit the boss and not get hit by the boss.
Bad players will think to play control is poor, while good players will think to play control is good.
Gee, thanks! I didn't realize I had to learn the controls before I got good at the controls.
The key to success is to reload anytime you're not shooting.
Gee, thanks! I didn't realize you had to reload your gun to get more bullets.
Doom it.
Press triangle to catch cutscenes to show us just how funny they were.
5 seconds till self-destruct. 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we should take the time door.
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's go. Now.
And speaking of being funny, yeah, we've seen a lot of the jokes that these guys try to execute throughout these near 300 reviews.
I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies.
And where I do indeed understand that comedy is subjective,
You know how we love lame humor.
I personally found myself laughing at every single one of them.
The bugs are bugging, which is ironic because the bugs are bugging.
Not for the reasons they want.
A trapdoor opens up and I'm thrust into the depths of the basement of this old, disgusting, roach-infested building. Just kidding.
Whatever happens though, this is still public television we're working on, so we have to cut down on the profanities.
That snow speeder kicks a major you-know-what.
Okay, so before I go clinically insane, I think it's about time that we wrap up gaming in the Clinton years. And boy, what a trip that was. I won't lie, shifting through the mud of over 1,300 videos to pick out 287, but then watching 555 in total to make sure that the copies were actually copies. Yeah, that was brain melting, but I hope you got a laugh out of it, because I sure did. And again, do not harass anybody over this. This video is not a hate campaign, because let's be honest, the more hate you send towards people like this, the less that we'll see of it in the future. Cringeworthy or not, let people express themselves, because otherwise you won't have anything to cringe at, will you?
Namco Museum Volume 5 does include a kinky, kinda cool gallery.
Did George just let slip that he thinks the Pac-Man Museum is kinky? Well, I mean, to be fair, it's Pac-Man.
As far as George Wood himself goes though, well, I don't know what he's up to. The dude has basically no internet footprint, and now he looks like Conan O'Brien on bath salts. There's a few relatively recent interview videos floating around, and the Navigator channel tried doing this weird alternate reality game thing related to him, but I don't have a clue what any of it's about. Something to do with HD editions of full episodes of Gaming in the Clinton years, I'm not sure. But then again, just like George Wood's fantastic reviews, I don't want to be sure.
Demon's Crest, easy to beat. Or is it?
I want to be left in the dark. I want to be confused, because it's more fun that way, and it makes this show seem more and more like a lost episode creepypasta that aired on TV, scared everyone, and then disappeared forever. Did George Wood even exist? Is he real?
The lack of chasmic jumps. Chasmic may not be a real word, but it should be.
Your guess is as good as mine.
And before I go, I'm going to show to you now, in its entirety, the best review on this channel. Enjoy. And remember, everybody,
If you don't play this game, you're not a true gamer.
Subscribe and hit that bell.
follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I need validation.
Special thanks to my executive producers on my Patreon page in the description below. Matthew Hubble, TARDIS Type 40, Exopass, Brandon Butler Williams, Ramen War 1485, Red Eyed Critic, A.D. Thornton Smith, Mitchell Reed, Fart Rules, Skullman, Basil, Daniel and Alex, X-Shadow Hunter ZX, The Game Shed, Slowponk, Stephen LeBlanc, and Calvin Toscano.
Having no hair made me look hairier.
I'm Oh, I can't wait to go! I'm so excited!
Oh, I read that wrong. Well, at least they let me take Dad home in my cream tasting pot. He died how he lived. Smelling of cream. What a depressing day. Nothing can make me feel any better. Hang on, it's June!
Tactical nuke incoming!
It feels so anywhere with you. No, not the games themselves. Stupid! I mean games that you're actually able to play away from the house, and that's what we're talking about today. Even though it does feel good to carry your Glock 17 right next to a copy of the official UK PlayStation magazine demo disc issue 38.
And it's especially fun when your favourite franchises get the portable treatment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love PC and console gaming as much as that guy, but sometimes when you play a game, you don't want the commitment involved in sitting down, starting the game up and staying in the living room. Sometimes you just want to sit down, start the game up and stay in the living room.
And Crash Bandicoot, the untouchable and almighty Cash Banuka, is no stranger to the portable console treatment. Dating all the way back to the classic Game Boy Advance, even until today, with the really damn good Nintendo Switch ports of the Insane Trilogy and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. Oh. I specifically remember playing Crash Bandicoot XS and Entranced for the GBA for dozens of hours when I was a kid during long car trips. Only during the daytime though, because, you couldn't see it. And after recently giving the new Crash Bandicoot 4 Switch port a try and being surprised with how good it was, it made me want to take a look back through the entirety of Crash's handheld catalogue to see if any of it was worth going back to.
Hang on a second, did I just say that Crash has had the portable treatment dating all the way back to the Game Boy Advance?
Silly me. Smack in the head, poke in the eye, cut my tongue off.
For most people, the Game Boy Advance Crash games are where you would assume he got his handheld debut, and I wouldn't blame you for that. But that's not true. Crash didn't start off on handhelds in 2002. He started all the way back in 1998. Not with the Game Boy. Not with the Game Gear. Not with the Atari Lynx. The first handheld Crash game ever made was from Tiger Electronics.
Crash the Tiger website for expanded gameplay.
What words immediately come to mind when you hear the word tiger? Pride, strength, speed, power, grace. Well, take all of those words away and you're left with Tiger Electronics, a company that should be known for creating the Furby and lots of other toys, but instead is now infamous for their hundreds of trash portable gaming systems from the 90s, where every single gaming franchise you can imagine was stripped of all dignity, shat on top of a cheap piece of plastic, and then sold at low prices as single individual games that were perfect for little Timmy's birthday. Sonic the Hedgehog, Battletoads, Castlevania, The Addams Family. Every game you can think of from the 90s ended up on these things like a fungus, and Crash Bandicoot was unfortunately no exception. Do you remember my Pixar Games video from last year when we took a look at the Zizzle? Well, that is basically exactly what Tiger games were. LCD screens with a handful of printed images on them that light up at different times to simulate movement when you press a button.
6400 high-res screen and digitized sound.
Oh my god. Well, if it has digitized sounds, then I'd better purchase one on my credit card from my bank account.
You kids think that the original Super Mario Brothers looks primitive? Bitch, these kinds of things were coming out 10 years after that game. I tell you, you've got it lucky nowadays with your Switches and your iPhones and your